Thank you for choosing NovaBACKUP, and welcome to the Disaster Recovery Walkthrough video. Disaster recovery is referred to as an image level or bare metal backup solution. Bare metal backups are designed to restore an entire machine, including all documents and software. It will even restore the entire operating system without any other prior software installation. Our disaster recovery also includes the ability to restore an image to a different machine than the one it was created on. This allows you to easily recover a machine that has gone down without needing to have an identical hardware setup. The disaster recovery process contains three primary components: the disaster recovery boot disk, backing up and restoring an image, and scheduling additional image backups. The disaster recovery boot disk contains the NovaBACKUP disaster recovery module and a specialized version of Windows which will be downloaded from Microsoft. You will also download any third-party drivers that your system may need. This disk allows you to boot into the disaster recovery backup and restore wizard without any other software installed.
Once you have NovaBACKUP open, click on Disaster Recovery. Make sure Launch Disaster Recovery Tool is selected. Click on Next. The first thing we will create is the boot disk. Click on Boot Disk. We want to make sure we use the Advanced mode. Click on Next. Click on Go to Download Site. This update will also work with Windows 2012 and above. Click on Download. Save the file. Now let's run it. This will take a few minutes. Make sure Install is selected and click on Next. Make sure you accept the license agreement. All you need is the deployment tools in the Windows pre-installation environment. Click on Install. This will take a few minutes, so go get yourself some coffee. Once it's finished, click on Close. Go ahead and close out the browser. Click on Next. Now that it's already installed, let's go to the install location. As you can see below, it tells you where it's at. Once you've found the folder, click on Next. The optional file list is to add additional drivers for RAID controllers or hard drive controllers. Click on Create Image. This will take a few minutes. As you can see, the disaster recovery software does respond. It just has to go through all these steps. Once it is finished, click on Next. As you can see here, I already have a removable flash drive. This is highly recommended over a CD or DVD to burn. If you do not want to burn the image right now, you can see that the source file is located here under Program Data Temp.DR. I have selected my removable drive, and I will now hit Finish to create the boot disk. Once it says Process Completed, click on Done. Now we'll go over here and browse and see the file that it made. As you can see here, I now have a bootable disk. Now let's run the disaster recovery schedule. Click on Next. We suggest that you select a disk that has the boot partition. The data files are getting backed up through your regular file level backup. Click on Next. We will give this a name. Now we will give it a backup destination. We're going to select a full DR. We're going to set this to just one time. We're just going to call this DR full. We'll leave it running as the logged in user and click on Finish. For this example, I will run it now. Once it is complete, you can go back to the Home button and click on Disaster Recovery. Let's launch the Disaster Recovery tool. Click on Next. Let's select Restore. Click on Next. I will select the image file that I've backed up. This is where I would select what disk volume I want to restore to. If you want to do a bare metal restore, make sure you checkmark Machine Independent Restore. If you want to restore to a VHD file, click on Restore to VHD. And as you can see here, I can select an alternate location to send my VHD file. VHD files are used for virtualization. I'm going to click on Back real quickly. If you don't want to restore the whole image and only need to get a file, we'll just go into Tools. As you can see here, I already have Mount Backup Image Volume to a drive letter. You can also use these tools for other things. You can mount an ISO file or convert a backup image to VHD as well here. For this example, we'll just mount the image. Click on Browse. We'll go to the volume where we set it up. And make sure you select the volume you want to mount. For this example, we want to mount the C partition. Click on Mount. Now that we see that the process has completed successfully, let's go look at the volume. As you can see, it loaded drive letter F. And it's in the exact same copy of the C drive.
For additional videos and support-related questions, please visit support.novabackup.com.